Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
And a pleasant afternoon from North Allegheny High School at Class 4A Boys Soccer WPIAL Championships here for 2020, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Number 1 seed Peters Township, number 2 seed Seneca Valley, both coming in with identical 13-1-1 records here in the year 2020. Glad to bring you here to the Trib Live High School Sports Network alongside Alex Dotson. I'm James Dotson. 1 versus 2 as we had in the girls match here to begin the afternoon here at North Allegheny High School as we wrap up championship weekend across the network here with volleyball and soccer championships. But this is a clash of styles. Seneca Valley coming in as the 2 seed, a 5-1 victory in their semifinal match against Norwin. Peters Township, much closer, needed 2 late goals, 1 in regulation and 1 in double overtime to advance as the top seed over Fox Chapel by a 2-1 scoreline. Alex, we should be in for a good one here today in very much 2 clashes of styles in terms of how these teams like to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And we broadcast the Seneca Valley game on Wednesday, and it was a similar situation, just very different styles than the opposing team. In that case, it was Norwin. So it'll be very interesting to see whether the disciplined Germanic style of Seneca Valley's team, how that pairs up to what Coach Dyer described as Leeds United. Man marking all over the field, a lot of intensity, very physical in the Peters Township side. And
looking right now at goalkeeper Alan Kumanacher, who's going to be in the net today. He did not start in either of the 2 playoff games, but he will be in between the pipes, the sophomore goaltender. So a bit of a change for Coach George Williams' squad here in the championship match, but someone that they expressed they have a lot of confidence in.
Yeah, he said, he didn't start the last couple games, but that doesn't mean that he's inexperienced, and he expressed a lot of confidence in having him between the bars back there. Feels that the defense feels comfortable with Kumanacher in goal as well.
And talking on the other side with Coach Dreyer, the way that they look at it is, yes, they they beat Fox Chapel in a low-scoring game. Seneca Valley put a lot of balls in the back of the net in their semifinal match, but, that's exactly what Fox Chapel did before facing this Peters Township defense, who likes to pack it in. Fox Chapel won 6-0 in their quarterfinals, and then Peters Township limits them to just 1 goal. They're looking to do that same thing against a very talented and very deep Seneca Valley squad here tonight.
Yeah, I would say depth is the biggest strength that Seneca Valley has, in terms of the ability to execute their game plan. Like they're a great team in terms of execution. Like I said, very disciplined, but to have just 11 players run for 80 minutes straight and execute at the same level is highly unlikely, and luckily for Seneca Valley, they've got several people who can come in off their bench and really make huge contributions to the game.
Yeah, it was actually the first 3 goals in that semifinal win over Norwin were all scored by reserves in that match. For Peters Township, it's been a lot of Andrew Masucci. He had a double overtime game-winning goal in their win against Baldwin in the quarterfinals. He had the goal with just 4 minutes remaining to tie it up, and then the game-winning goal again in double overtime against Fox Chapel. And as if that wasn't enough, he was the hero last night as well for the football team, converting the winning extra point with less than 5 seconds to play to send Peters Township to the WPIAL Football Championship. They'll deal with that on Saturday next week. Well, right back here, potential for 2 chances at gold for Masucci, just a strong junior striker who is mainly the main threat, I should say, for Peters Township. Runs a very unique formation, Alex, as you kind of alluded to, but they're going to try as often as they can to use their speed, get it over the top of the Seneca Valley defense.
Yeah, Peters likes to play a direct game, not kickball, not just long balls, but they're very intentional about playing a direct game. Defensively, they man mark. They set up as a 1-3-1-2-3, which is essentially similar to a 4-3-3 with a diamond at the back. So they have a sweeper dropped off there. Sweeper is going to make sure they're cleaning anything up, but they're going to be man marking everywhere. And then offensively, looking to send the ball in on the diagonal, presumably for the runners over the top of the Seneca Valley defense, making it a foot race and trying to get in behind to get opportunities.
Mentioned the defense with that sweeper, but they still play man across versus the zone. We'll dive into that a little bit more, but how different is that for an attacking team to be able to adjust how they're being marked in that way, which isn't as common?
Yeah, I mean, typically teams will play, they call it a zone, but it's really more of a man zone. You see someone in your zone, you go, you pick them up. But, off the ball, you're not really playing very tight. I haven't seen Peters play yet, so this is all just going based off of what Coach Dyer said before the game. It sounds like they're very intentional about staying tight with their man all over the field, which can be... it can be tough. I mean, the Seneca Valley team definitely does well when they have a little space to operate. So if you're closing them down even before they have the ball, staying with them the entire time, it might present a bit of a challenge. They might have to make some adjustments, start moving people during the course of play into different positions to try to throw off the man-marking system.
I think one other thing we'll touch on as we go along, the seniority of this Seneca Valley team that made it as WPIAL champions just 2 years ago, but also the fact they have 15 seniors, lots coming off the bench. Peters Township, not a very senior-heavy team, only 3 in the starting lineup, 9 total on the roster. But the depth, as you mentioned, but just that experience. But it's Peters Township that specifically calls themselves the men's soccer program, and they look big, they look physical. They're going to come right at it. They are the number 1 seed. They should be expecting the win. We'll dive more into that, but first we will pause for the playing of our national anthem here at North Allegheny High School. Your national anthem here at North Allegheny High School. Wrapping up championship weekend. The 4A Boys Soccer Championship. Seneca Valley under Coach George Williams. 26 years, 301 victories in the tenure of George Williams. 13-1-1, the number 1 team out of Section 1. We'll take a look at their starting lineup first. The forwards are Zach Laval, Connor Schmidt, and Nathan Eastgate. Midfield, Bo Lazeski with Kyle Majeski and Mason Baldwin. The back line of Chase Thomas, Josh Kosakowski, Matt Bickart, and Sam DeFabo with Ryan Kumanacher, the sophomore goaltender. So Laval, Schmidt, Eastgate, Lazeski, Majeski, Baldwin, Thomas, Kosakowski, Bickart, and DeFabo with Kumanacher in the net. And for Peters Township in their 1-3-1-2-1, it'll be senior Derek Ligori in the net. On the defensive line, Joseph Teneri will be the sweeper. He'll be joined on the back line by Cole Woodward, as well as Mason Lewis and Dylan Shaw. In the midfield will be Anthony Schulich, Luke Holmes, and Dominic Sabuco. And up front, the main strikers, Austin Marmol, Alexander Grimm, and Andrew Masucci, who has, again, 3 of the 4 goals for Peters Township in the playoffs. So Ligori in the net, back line of Tenari, Woodward, Shaw, and Lewis. Midfield, Schulich, Holmes, and Sambuco. And the forwards of Grimm, Marmol, and Masucci. Give a special shout out again to our camera crew, Justin Labar, our producer, Chelsea Roundtree and Cindy Bauer, getting a tan out there on the cameras here.
In November.
First week of November. Very impressive to be able to enjoy such great weather. High of 70. We're hoping it can continue for the rest of the football championships next weekend, but we've been blessed first on Thursday night with 4 matches, 2 here and 2 at Gateway. Same thing here today, 2 at North Allegheny, 2 at Gateway as we prepare for these WPIAL championships and volleyball all today as well. Remember, you can check out all these live or archived on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and you can also purchase a copy for yourself. We're in for a great match, Alex. Just in looking at the tactics and looking at the way these teams like to play their game, what are some of the main keys for both of these squads?
Oh, these are extremely different squads. It's going to be important for Seneca Valley to make sure that they find ways to get some space to be able to pass. They're a team that really likes to build from the back, pass through the midfield. They're very controlled, very disciplined. Norwin, part of their goal was to knock Seneca Valley off of that game and force Seneca Valley to adapt to their intensity and their aggression. They were unsuccessful in doing so on Wednesday, on Seneca Valley's path to being here today. I think that in part that is Peter's goal, to force Seneca Valley to adjust and adapt and take them off of their game, as they hammer Seneca Valley, playing very direct, looking to counter really quickly. A strong defense coming from Peters is going to be very important here. And then really executing effectively that direct style of play, getting the ball down the field quickly, out wide, serving it in, looking to get some finishes on frame as opposed to taking outright shots.
And we'll see how Seneca Valley does. Again, Ryan Kumanacher in net this afternoon, the sophomore goalkeeper, his first minutes of the postseason coming in the WPIAL Championship match. First kick taken by Seneca Valley in the white kit, going right to left, out of bounds, and the throw-in immediately for Peters Township, and the throw-in goes in and right back out. Throw-in will be taken here by Chase Thomas. The outside backer had a fantastic match in what we saw in that match on Wednesday. Sambuco knocks this one out of play for Peters Township. The student section's out in full force. There's a hard knock off the ball from number 16, Zach Laval. Cross goes all the way through the box, and again another hard play, and this one will be a foul called against Seneca Valley. Free kick coming out for Peters.
Yeah, this surprises me, those first 2 knocks issued by Seneca Valley. We didn't see this team being that physical right out the gate the other day, so it looks like they may have had a conversation about making sure that they are matching what is sure to be Peters Township's physicality. It
was Kyle Majeski who got called for the foul. 50-50 ball at midfield is going to come to the near side, controlled there by Eastgate, one of the leading scorers. Actually, the leading scorer now for the Seneca Valley Raiders. 12 goals on the season. Ball goes out of play, last touched by Peters. Throw in coming for Seneca Valley. And it'll be the long throw specialist coming to make it, one of the senior captains, Sam DeFabo. Sky this one in towards the box. Nodded up in the air towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and Eastgate gets a foot on it, but it goes high and over the bar for a goal kick. There's the threat of the long throw specialist coming in early, though. The center back to Fabo with this long throw. And a good job to flick it forward, too.
Yeah, he got that the whole way into the box there.
Shout out for Zach Laval, who was able to knock that on. He's got 11 goals on the season. Ball on the far sideline in front of the Seneca Valley bench. Good job to turn and get it up the pitch by Peters Township, but controlled there by Seneca Valley. Here's a good effort from Thomas to get in there before the sliding effort of Anthony Schulek. It'll go out of play for a Peters throw. Actually, no, I'm sorry, last off of Peters. Throw in coming again for Thomas. Runner coming near side. Deflected there by Shaw. Knocked out of play, and it'll again be a chance for a long Seneca Valley throw. 2.5 minutes into this scheduled 80-minute match.
Now, if he's able to throw this one as far as last one, he may be able to get it toward the back post. I know we did see him throw it on goal during the last game.
DeFabo with the throw, and he'll go a little shorter, though, towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Controlled there, now back out to DeFabo. This time he'll cross one in with the foot towards the back post. Headed back towards the front of the net, but couldn't quite get around it. It'll go out for a goal kick. Good effort to put it back in front, or try to, by Majeski on the cross from DeFabo. Just drifted a little bit too far, Alex. No wind out there whatsoever here in this day. Just a gorgeous, basically perfect conditions for soccer here this afternoon. Though definitely a touch on the warm side, I would say. Really warm down on the turf.
Yeah, down on the turf, it's probably 5 degrees warmer than it is in the stands, and it is a little bit balmy, especially when, a lot of players have started to get used to this, 50-degree weather, a little bit of rain, and now we're temperatures back up in the 70s down on the pitch.
Ball over the top, coming near side, trying to find the striker, Masucci, making the run, but it goes out. DeFabo will chuck it down the field, flicked on there by Eastgate. He gets the return pass, going one-on-one with Shaw. Cuts inside. Here's a through ball through the middle, but just out of the reach of Connor Schmidt.
Brilliantly seen and just didn't execute the way that they needed to. It was about a step in front of the runner.
Ligori with the boot across midfield. Headed down by Seneca Valley, and kick up there from Luke Holmes. Looked a little bit dangerous, but everybody okay. Play on, says the official. Possession for Majeski. He works it to the far side. That was Kosakowski trying to work it in front of his bench. Goes out of play for a throw-in. The benches on the opposite sides of the field of each other. Not common for soccer, but recommended by NFHS standards for this year. Haven't seen a lot of it, but a good number of schools have been able to do so. We see it here again for the championships. Masucci with his first quality touch. Works it near sideline for Schulek. Schulek looking back for Masucci. Nice chip over the top with some English to keep it in play. Masucci with the cross to the edge of the 6-yard box. Scrambling defense. Cleared out of the way by Majeski. That was a dangerous looking ball right towards the edge of the 6-yard box.
And to put that spin on it, to keep it in bounds, that's just some great decision making.
Actually, the player in front was Austin Marmol, and he actually tried to drop it off for a secondary player. That's when Majeski got his foot in there first. This one flicked on towards the edge of the box. Again, dropped out, and the shot from about 25 yards out is going to go over the bar, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, he attempted to get over that ball and keep it down, which is one of the hardest things to do when you've got a ball being served out to you outside the 18. Sambuco really tried to keep it low, but ended up getting under it a little bit, and the ball just sailed up into the air.
6 minutes in, this goal kick goes out of bounds. Another 1 versus 2 match here at North Allegheny this afternoon. 50-50 ball at midfield, won by Sambuco. Clears it up the pitch and cleared back down just as quickly. You wonder with the pace that you normally see from Peters Township and the way that we've seen Seneca Valley use their substitutes, the way they've been physical early, you wonder if they're going to try to use that depth as much as they can, Alex, trying to get those fresh legs in and out.
Yeah, I've been quite surprised at Seneca Valley in this first 7 minutes of the game. very, very different start than they had against Norwin. They've been almost a little jittery, I would say. They've been very physical, but they've been playing quickly and not making the same type of decisions that they typically do.
Bolazeski with a nice move in the midfield, looking for Eastgate on the run to the edge of the box, and the goalie has to come out and make a sliding stop. Ball still loose. Another save made by Ligori. Ball still loose, fighting for it. Still on the ground, and now it'll go out of play for a corner kick. 2 huge saves. Derek Ligori standing on his head.
Wow, that was incredible work from the keeper. I mean, the initial save coming out like that, did a great job, and then to make the second save after getting up quickly, and then to dive and get his hands on it, he has to scramble around his own player's feet to collect the ball, and he does it.
Corner kick on the way, in swinger, and it's going to be headed out of danger by the Peters defense. Man, those were 2 good attempts, and the second one especially coming in, Ligori scrambling back to his feet to get into position. That was impressive in and of itself. Towards the edge of the box on this long throw, nodded back down towards midfield, but Seneca Valley will recollect, gather, cross in, going across the goal mouth. No one there making the run, out for a goal kick. So our best effort of the match so far in the opening 8 minutes, the challenge of the Seneca Valley offense has been taken on by Peters Township. Stoppage in play here, and it looks like a substitute for Peters coming in. Aiden Martick is going to check in, and that's going to be Dylan Shaw, who was part of that scrum. He's going to check out. I think this is an injury concern as they stop the clock. Want to make sure that he's okay, but now back to the action.
Yeah, I mean, this early on in a match, if someone gets banged up, why not take him out for a few minutes, just check in on him, and if you've got players who can step in and hold that position while you make sure that your player doesn't carry an injury for the rest of the match, I mean, why not take that time?
Long goal kick. Punt, I should say. Thank you. Corralled by Seneca Valley near midfield. Now goes out of play. It will be a Raiders throw-in, but yeah, absolutely. Make sure he's all right, especially when you had all that chaos in front of the net.
And I think he may have been the initial casualty there.
Ball out of play into the Raiders bench. Peters Township will get the throw-in. 10th minute of play. We talked about the 5-1 victory for Seneca Valley in the semifinals, but they're no stranger to close matches either. A really hard-fought 1-0 victory over Butler in their first match of the playoffs. It was a quarterfinals victory. It wasn't until the 70th minute that Nathan Eastgate got his 11th goal of the season. Trying to switch the play and give something for Eastgate to chase down on the near side, but too heavy on the touch with the head. It'll go out for a throw-in. And should be, no, they're going to say a Seneca Valley throw. Actually, it was Peters who headed it out. Thomas will make the throw. We have a whistle. They're going to move Thomas further forward.
It's interesting. You didn't see much of an argument there from Peters saying, I don't know, that wasn't off me.
Pruce is just in the game. He nods that one in towards the box and out right away. You're right. The Peters student section certainly thought it was off of Seneca Valley. Thomas, the defender, trying to get around.
Great defense.
But even better defense. You're right. And I think, did it take a deflection on the way out? Yes, it did. So not only to shield him off, but Schulich also earns his team a throw-in.
Yeah, absolutely great job there to step in between the player and the ball, without causing a foul, to win possession, to maintain possession, and then to clear it out off of the defender, or in that case the attacker, in order to get the throw-in.
Woodward taking that throw-in out of play, and Peters again will work its way down the field. Another long throw from the junior defender. Battled around and cleared back down the length of the field just as quickly. That was Matthew Picard. And with that, earning a Seneca Valley throw. Connor Schmidt looks to take it quickly. And looks like now they're going to hold play and they're asking substitutes to back up on the Seneca Valley sideline. Throw in, Lazeski making the run. It'll go over touchline for a corner kick, actually. It took a deflection. I apologize. Corner kick number 2 here in the early going for Seneca Valley. We saw that in the first match today. Mars controlling the corners by a 12-2 mark, and they end up winning off of a corner kick goal that was headed in. Seneca Valley thinks about playing this one short. Now they'll take a low-driven ball, and it'll be deflected out of bounds and right to a couple fans out there. Nice catch. Another corner kick coming. You can get this video archived, sent to you on a thumb drive. You can watch that replay anytime you want. This time the short kick taken, now chipped in towards the boxes in the net. Bo Lazeski right there at the edge of the 6-yard box. There's another one of the corner kick plays worked to perfection. A 13th minute goal for the 2-seed Seneca Valley.
Man, when Seneca Valley pulls off what they're attempting, it is beautiful. They play some absolutely stunning soccer, and the type of thing where you know it's not an accident. None of these things are lucky mistakes.
They play it short on the corner. First guy lets it through. Second comes up, and look, the marker just lost Lazeski in the middle, especially when you're playing man straight across. Can't lose your mark. And caught maybe ball watching a little bit was Sambuco. Lazeski right there and headed it in with authority. Now the officials are coming over and having a discussion with the fourth official.
Looks like we're all clear.
I'm not sure what the discussion was about, but nonetheless, we're back to the action and kickoff from Peters Township.
That's 2 kickoffs that I'm not sure. The first one was for Seneca Valley. This one was for Peters. I'm just not sure what the objective is when you just send the ball down the field and out of bounds. Like, it doesn't seem that it was even aimed at a particular player.
So it means a goal kick coming back out. An early 13th minute goal scored by Bo Lazuski. And there you go, another example of just anybody who can be a part of this offense. So many seniors on this squad, but it's the sophomore who gets it going first. Heavy contact in the middle, and that's going to be a foul called against Andrew Masucci of Peters Township.
That's a tough foul. I can understand Masucci being a little upset about that. I mean, he did come in hard. They were both running at it, and he just happened to be the one who was more firmly planted of the two.
I think the momentum, too, you see the arm fly out just as he's maintaining balance after the contact. Sometimes that just triggers for an official to blow the whistle. So the long free kick taken, bounces right at the edge of the 18-yard box, chested down there by Tenari. Now crossed in by Seneca Valley towards the back post. It's going to go too far out of reach, out for a goal kick for Peters Township. Derek Ligori, the 2 big saves early on in the match. But was beaten on the corner kick header from Bo Lazeski. Chip back, nifty move there to get it back to Baldwin.
A lot of fun work right there, popping it up over the top, playing back and forth to each other on the volley.
And it was Lazeski who worked it back to him. Seneca Valley now into the attacking third again. And they bring in a multitude of changes. Look at this, 6 different players coming in at once. This is like hockey line changes, Alex. This is not something you normally see, and obviously you wouldn't see in professional soccer where substitutes are limited, even with the expanded subs that they've had this year, like in the Premier League. But
yeah, college ball as well.
6 different players coming in to try to get them to you as we go along. Nice cross to switch the play for Chase Thomas. Trying to chase it down is Marquardt, one of those new players in. He had 3 assists in the semis. His pass, though, not enough weight on it. Intercepted by Peters Township. Now chipped back in by Seneca Valley. Nodded on and coming out and grabbing it is Ligori. And he's going to quickly try to play it down the field and catch Seneca Valley out of position. Good job by Masucci actually to get a foot on that one as he was sliding down. Better play on that last one, though, from Ligori to read the ball over the top. Trying to keep it in play, unable to do so was Shulek. Now another quick throw in down the near sideline. Some space for Laval. His cross, though, left something to be desired, and it's going to be cleared out of danger. And now cleared up, out of play, off of Jacob Bruno, out for a throw-in coming for Peters Township.
It does seem as though Seneca Valley's intensity right out the gate has knocked Peters off of their game plan a little bit. They haven't had the opportunity to counter very much because there's just been so much pressure coming at them, even in the attack.
Caden Oros, Austin Leak, Jacob Bruno amongst the players who have come in. One of them right there in Caden Oros, and he's going to get called for the foul. It's going to be a free kick from about 45 yards out coming for Peters.
You correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain that Holmes from Peters was on the back line earlier on in the game. Is that correct?
Holmes, he was in the defensive side of the field, but he's also
It looks like he's a holding mid at this point, which I think is a good move. I mean, he's an aggressive player. I think having someone in there to try and break up.
Look at this one into the box and nod it out of the way is a little hesitation from Kumanacher coming off of his line. Still in play on that far sideline for Lewis. And now knocked out of play. It'll be a throw-in coming. Actually, they might have called a foul. Yes, they did. It's a free kick. It'll be like a short corner coming for Peters Township, and it's going to be Luke Holmes, who you just mentioned, coming up to take it.
Yeah, no, I like that move. I like putting him in there and trying to break up the attack or the play before the opportunity, stop the pass that creates the goal.
In swinging short corner on the free kick to the back post, and it goes off the head of Peters Township, but could not get a shot down on it. It was actually Tenari, the sweeper, all the way up there trying to get his head on it. No shot on goal, but it will go out for a real corner this time, the first one of the match for Peters. And again, it will be Luke Holmes to take it. Outswinger towards the back post. Again, headed down, knocked away by the defense of Seneca Valley on the back line. Still in play near the edge of the 16-yard box, just sitting on the turf before finally cleared out towards midfield by the Raiders.
As that ball left Holmes' foot, it seemed destined for Tonari's head. It was headed straight for him as he made his run.
Into the box. Masucci with some room. Knocked down in the box. Whistles now blow as it comes out as a Seneca Valley player was tripped up after the play. Andrew Masucci with a chance up close, but I think a good no call on this one.
That's tough. It does look as though Masucci helped himself to the ground a little bit, and you don't want to give that away in the box when a player takes a bit of a dive. But at the same time, his foot did get caught up there as he was trying to break for the goal.
Yeah, good job to maintain his balance there at the beginning of the play.
Yeah.
To even get that opportunity. Bruno puts this one in towards the box. First player lets it go. Second one coming up is able to get it instead. That was Luke Simpson, another one of the substitutes. He had the first goal in the semifinal match for Seneca Valley. Unable to do anything with it here. Peters Township coming the other way until stepping in and knocking it away is Jonathan Pruce, and now out of bounds off of Simpson for a Peters throw.
We've seen a little bit of a change in the momentum. This seems like a new phase of play right now for Peters.
Woodward with the throw, looking for Masucci. It'll go out of play, a little too heavy on that touch, out for a goal kick coming out for Seneca Valley, and they'll bring in a trio of new subs.
Who's the only player who hasn't left the field yet?
Probably Kumanacher. It's Picard, Majeski, and Lazeski. Three starters re-entering the play for Seneca Valley as we approach the midway point of the first half. The 13th minute goal scored by Bo Lazeski as a result of a corner kick. This ball will dribble in for the first real touch with the hands by Kumanacher. Again, the sophomore goalkeeper has played a lot throughout the course of the season, but did not play any minutes in the first two playoff games. Look at the boot that he puts on that one. Goes all the way into the box. Good shielding defensively by Peters to get it out of danger. That was Joey T Joe Tenari.
That was I think the longest punt I've seen this season.
Traveled almost 70 yards in the air. Credit, though, to the senior sweeper, Tenari, to make sure it went no further. And the attack could not prevail. Picard tries to cross one in. Ends up bouncing off of a Seneca Valley player, and coming out the other way now is Shulek. He boots it down the field, trying to switch the play. And good effort from Caden Oros to try to go over the top. And it's going to lead to a chip over the top, and getting a piece of him was Caden Oros, and this is going to be another free kick coming for Peters Township.
Looks like just the talking to, but we'll see if he reaches for his pocket.
Didn't say anything too egregious. He did go sliding in and didn't get credit for it.
Yeah, I think the ref is concerned that that was reckless play as opposed to being malicious.
Just a talking to. Here's the free kick going in, and the keeper went out for it, but it was actually knocked down by a defender. And Neumannacher didn't get a knock on it, but it goes out of play for a goal kick nonetheless. Neumannacher couldn't get to it. It was actually Laval again defensively getting his head to it, but I do like the aggressiveness there of Krumanacher coming out off of the line there, Alex. He's definitely not afraid in his first start of the postseason.
Yeah, maybe just a little more communication. If he wanted that ball should have been his.
No, we did talk with Coach Williams, and before the game he said that with the fact that you have a keeper who's different from the last two matches, there's a lot of confidence in them, but at the same time, you're going to get a number one A-game performance from your defense here this afternoon. Header won there by Anthony Shulek, back towards midfield, corralled there by Holmes. Peters with possession. Return pass looking for Shulek. Some room down the sideline, but running out of room, just out of his reach. But a nice 1-2. We're seeing some nice combination plays for Peters Township in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it seems like they're starting to get their stride a little bit here.
Trying to split the defense is Simpson, unable to do so. Austin Marmol had the ball and got fouled. Another free kick on the way for Peters Township. It was a hard challenge from Bruno. I think if he's a little closer to the ball, you might be able to get away with it, but not with that much contact.
Yeah, I don't know. With that much contact and sending a player flying that far off of the ball,
Chip in, tough play here towards the near post. Still fighting for it. Now chip back towards the penalty spot and headed out of the box defensively by Seneca Valley. Caden Oros finally cleared it out of danger, and we'll have a free kick coming out now for Seneca Valley. Peters on their set pieces have had a couple of great opportunities, but haven't even officially put a shot on goal on any of them. Long kick taken, and Luke Holmes able to corral it momentarily. Another hard contact and another whistle coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the next time a whistle blows against Seneca Valley, we don't see a card here.
Just getting a little bit too physical out there, Alex?
Yeah, as an official, I would think that if you continue to let that sort of play go, if it's an issue and you're blowing the whistle, good, but to what extent do you let it go when bodies are flying like that?
Good job to clear it out of danger by Lazeski. Clear it the length of the pitch. That's just going to be a foot race. And a nice, nifty, sneaky play by Tenari to let the player go by. But his clearance, though, goes into the bench for a Seneca Valley throw. But nifty little move there.
Yeah, very smart play right there.
Headsy play. Your sweeper really needs to be athletic and, more than anything, a smart player to know the situation in all instances, especially one right there. Little move to give yourself some space and easily clear it out.
Absolutely.
Throw in chested down nicely by Laval. Now going towards the far side of the pitch. Marquardt, his cross is going to be blocked by a sliding defender. Good play there. That was Aiden Martick. Knocked out of play. It'll be a throw in coming, and it'll be Sam DeFabo again trying with a long throw into the box. But that's a nifty slide tackle in the box to knock that one away.
And DeFabo's really getting his workout in, running up and down the field to take these throw-ins.
Takes this one short, though, however. Now we'll get the return pass as they try to possess it. Now cross towards the penalty dot. Stepping up defensively and heading it out of danger now is Peters Township. Towards the near sideline and unable to chase it down there is Marquardt. It'll be a throw-in for Peters Township with 14.5 remaining here in this Class 4A Soccer Championship. 13th minute goal for Bo Lazeski. Foul here again against Seneca Valley. And for the record, no card, Alex.
I said I wouldn't be surprised.
We had a bit of a, you can see at the 30-yard line, the fatheads in the stands. We saw those at Seneca Valley earlier in the week. One of the cool additions we've seen across all the WPIAL. A lot of schools with the cardboard cutouts of the heads and of fans and players across the district. A little bit of a fun aspect to it. Glad that we can have a pretty nice student section on hand for both these teams here this afternoon as well.
I missed what this foul was, but it seemed to me that it was off the play, that it was a Seneca Valley player trying to go for the ball. And
I couldn't tell what it was either, and there's a head in the back of the net off of it. We're tied up.
Wow.
Luke Holmes with the perfect cross, and it is the sweeper, Joey Denari, getting his head in the game. We're tied at 1.
Excellent job, man. That's 2 goals that we've seen so far today in 2 separate games, both scored by defenders.
Sneaks his way in, gets a strong head on it in traffic.
Brilliantly done. You really didn't see much of a response at all from Seneca Valley.
How about that? Not only a defensive goal, Alex, it's the sweeper.
Yeah.
Getting all the way up there into the offensive action.
I mean, he's clearly a talented player, and you want that in your sweeper. You need someone who's dynamic, who's got foot skills, but also a good defender, is able to play the ball out of the air. So it's unsurprising to me that someone who has displayed enough talent to you trust putting them at sweeper, that they can also go down the field and score goals on a set piece.
Well, in the 14 minutes after the Lazeski goal, almost all action has been in the Peters Township offensive end, and they are rewarded with that goal on the free kick. A lot of contact here, play on, says the official. Zach Gallagher, now he goes down as he's fighting through. It goes out of play. It will be a Peters Township throw-in. And now we're going to have a stoppage of the clock. The officials are going to confer at midfield. Good step back here on this one, and then Fabo gets the ball. Kind of an awkward roll-up, though, against Gallagher.
Yeah, I can see why he's upset there. He was contacted, right after the play. It didn't look like it was ugly, but just the way that he came down, it looked like he may have tweaked his knee. So he's a little bit salty he didn't get a call there.
So after the discussion with the officials, it'll be a throw-in to be taken by Cole Woodward. The clock now rolls. Woodward's throw, headed out of danger by the defense. Kyle Majeski getting his head on it. Peters will win the throw, though. Woodward quickly down the field again, and it's again Majeski getting his head on it first. Physicality certainly has been steadily increasing over the course of this match so far, Al.
Yes, it has. Hopefully it doesn't get out of control, but it's been a physical match. It's been a fun match so far.
We haven't talked about the sun that can be a factor. The wind non-existent here today, but the sunshine right now is going to be causing some issues in the first half for Peters Township for their defense and keeper. In the second half, though, when we flip sides, it'll be Seneca Valley who will have to deal with it.
And likely it'll be even worse for the majority of their half than it has been for Peters. It's just now reaching the point where it's directly in their eyes as they're coming down the field, and it'll continue to go down, obviously, as the sun does. Going into this second half where Seneca Valley will be facing the sun.
Throw into an open Holmes in the middle. He chips it over the top. Masucci trying to back his way in amongst three defenders. Somehow gets the right foot on it, and it's in the net. 1-on-3. Doesn't matter. Andrew Masucci, the hero last night for Peters Township, now with the go-ahead goal in the 30th minute. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Indians on top.
Quite a turn in the momentum here in the last 3 minutes. And really, I mean, it's Peters Township getting to play the soccer that they want to play. Oh, just incredible job by Masucci. The composure that he had there against 3 defenders, and then to keep that shot low and driven.
And that ball was by Krummenacher before he even knew what he could possibly do with it. Absolutely drilled. Hard and low.
You got to hope the sophomore keeper is able to keep his head about in the last, half of this game, more than half of this game, having let in those 2 goals.
Now just a big pep in the step of Peters Township, as they seem to be winning every 50-50 ball, getting to each one first. Seneca Valley back in possession. Majeski tries to switch the play to the near side. Nice sliding effort from Peters to keep it alive. Once and twice now by Holmes before Teneri drills it down the field. DeFabo will knock it out of play for a throw. Quickly taken the throw is Peters. And there's a hefty shoulder from Alexander Grimm, winning Peters Township a throw in a dangerous position. You'll see Woodward come up and take another long one. Under 10 minutes to play here in the opening half. Goals just 3 minutes apart for Teneri and Masucci. Headed down by Baldwin. Back to the near sidelines. Going to go out of play for a throw-in. Grimm was trying to draw a foul there. Official not having it. Woodward will throw it back in again. This one headed out of danger by Peters Township.
You're starting to see a little bit of chippiness off the ball here. Just some subtle stuff that could potentially escalate. Certainly fueled on by the fans.
We're glad we have plenty of fans here for this championship match on both sides.
Lots of enthusiasm, lots of energy, and a lot of fun.
Something that we were afraid we were going to be missing for the majority of this 2020 season. And everybody out there in the stands properly spaced too. We're glad to be able to bring you coverage of it here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Gallagher tried to get his head to it, was unable to do so. Masucci now giving chase, but Kosakowski, first player there, drills it back to midfield. Going to go out of play for a throw-in on the far sideline. Maybe a bit of an extra shove given on to Martic just for good measure at the end of that play. This ball knotted down by Seneca Valley. They try to work up the far sideline, headed away by Holmes.
Now it's Peters that is really taking Seneca Valley off of their game plan and haven't been able to connect the passes they want to connect because there's just been so much intensity coming out of this Peters side.
And that one right there looked like a nice tackle from Austin Marmol. I think he got a piece of the body coming from behind before he got to the ball.
Did they call the foul there? It looks like they're giving him the throw.
Oh, I guess not. I thought I saw.
I thought that I had seen him put his whistle to his mouth.
They had stopped the clock momentarily. They must have done that just to get a couple of substitutes in there, Alex.
Okay.
That is one thing they were making sure of, is they're stopping the clock a lot more often with these substitutes, with players on both sides of the field coming in for those substitutions. This ball takes a deflection off of Peters, and it might even stay in. Not quite, though. as it trickled towards the corner flag. It'll be a goal kick coming out for Seneca Valley, but after leading 1-0 in the opening 13 minutes, they've given up 2 in quick succession, basically a complete turnaround of what happened to them in the semis.
I wouldn't count them out, though. I mean, they're an excellent team. It might take getting to halftime and regrouping a little bit, having a word with Coach Williams, but, you know, I would not count this Seneca Valley side out just because they're down 1 goal.
On the other side, Coach Bob Dwyer's squad has done very good work in getting back into this match after they were basically the first 15 minutes felt like they were outplayed. Almost every single effort was in the Seneca Valley end. Complete opposite.
Oh, yeah.
In the 15 minutes after that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been all Peters since they got that first goal. Just before they got that first goal, you started to feel a change in the wind. In fact, we have a little wind now.
Starting to pick up a little bit, if anything, going with Seneca Valley. With 6 minutes to play in the opening half, here comes the throw in for Peters Township, holding 2-1 lead. Unable to hold this one in play was Alexander Grimm. Throw in be taken by Chase Thomas. Thomas, one of the 15 seniors on this Seneca Valley roster. He'll get another throw-in attempt here. That setting's going to be DeFabo, who's going to come back and take this one. Long throw towards the edge of the box. Headed out of danger by Peters. Another sliding effort coming in from Marmol. Peters skies this one back to midfield again. Thomas headed forward. Finds a teammate. That's Schmidt playing the left side.
Brilliant little flick by the back heel.
He gets the return pass now to Schmidt after that back heel. Working it forward.
Finds a split.
To the edge of the box, and Eastgate kind of stood on the ball, ended up losing possession.
This is more in character here for Seneca Valley.
Connor Schmidt loses it there, deflected out of play. But it will be a throw-in coming. It'll be Lazeski to take it. Time winding down in the first half. Pruce gives it right back to Lazeski. He tries to chop it into the box, headed by Eastgate. A lot of contact in the box, but it'll go out for a Peters goal kick.
Yeah, that looked clean.
Ligori out to midfield. 3 Peters players there, just 1 for Seneca Valley. Peters ends up coming out of it with possession. Grimm, near side, sliding effort by Baldwin.
Very well-timed slide.
Still holding possession, though, is Peters Township. Baldwin, another try. 3 tries, finally gets it out. Now Pruce will try to work one over the top. Maybe a little bit too heavy on this touch. It'll trickle all the way back into the box and into the hands of Ligori. How big do those 2 saves about 7 minutes into the match now look for Ligori?
Absolutely huge. I can't imagine if it were a 2-0 game. It would have been a little bit trickier, I think. We'd be looking at 2-2 right now, but...
And there's a ball that's taken, and Pruce may have taken that one to the head. He's slow to get up. Now getting back into the action, and there's the whistle and the stoppage of play.
Yeah, he looked a little stunned by that.
This is just a good safety issue for the official to go and make sure the players are all right. It's that one right there from point blank right to the noggin. No likely force him off of the pitch and get checked out. Or not. So Jonathan Pruce looks like will be staying on the field.
Yeah, it looks like they made it his call. I mean, he didn't lose consciousness. He just got smacked in the face, and it could be very likely that he was just stunned by it. So I think they may have just checked in with him and said, "Hey, you know, how are you feeling right now?" And he may have said, "You know, I'm fine. My cheek hurts."
Now we have discussion. They wanted to do a drop ball, but it was unclear of who was going to be kicking the drop ball to whom. So now the officials are going to have a word about what they're doing. And I think they will rightly. They stopped the play for Proust. They should have to take him out, and they did. While they had that delay, Cole Woodward had a conversation over here on the near sideline with Coach Bob Dyer. So there's the ball taken. It'll go out of play. Throw in coming out for Seneca Valley. It's one of the nice things about soccer at all levels is the sportsmanship of, hey, here's what would have happened if we hadn't stopped play. Throw in now coming out with 3 minutes remaining in the opening half. Fabo's long throw traveling over 30 yards in the air. Flicked on over the top. Tenari and able to come down with it. Now Seneca Valley in possession. They try to switch the field and too heavy there as it'll roll out of bounds for a Woodward throw. Fabo able to knock this one down towards the midfield. Out of play. And officials with differing decisions. And the official nearest to it is actually going to say the other way. That was Peters Township. I think that was the right call, Al.
I agree. Looks like it was the fourth official that actually stepped in and made that call. He had a better angle on it.
He's supposed to be there mainly for the penalties, but I like that, he's not going to sit there for 80 minutes just in case. Actually, it would be 110 minutes. Pinballing around in the midfield. Fabo will get his left boot on it, clear it down the field. Into the middle, and standing on the ball was Grimm, or at least that's what was initially going to be called, but I think the official playing advantage. Another free kick opportunity coming for Peters Township.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this replay here.
Yeah.
It seems as though they both kicked the ball at the same time. I'm not sure that that's the right call there.
Mason Baldwin with getting his leg in there. So free kick from about 46 yards out.
Perfect ball in.
Lifted right to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's in the net.
Oh, I believe that was off the forehead of a Seneca Valley player there.
I think so too. We'll check the replay. It's a long deflection in the box, a perfectly placed kick by Sam Bucco.
Oh, that kick couldn't have been any better. It fell exactly where it should.
We take a look at the replay. It did. It went off of a Seneca Valley defender. It's an own goal in the 40th minute.
Just unfortunate. Seneca Valley, they did a great job of making sure they had numbers there. They were really going to defend, as a unit. But it was a beautiful, beautiful free kick and an unfortunate bounce for Seneca Valley. A very fortunate bounce for Peters as they are now up 2 goals.
They announced over the PA system of a goal for Luke Holmes, who was in amongst that. I'm not sure he got his head to it at all, but we'll check that out again during our halftime break. Less than a minute to go when that ball was headed into the back of the net. This one gets through. Might there be a fourth on the way? Gallagher goes down as he was slide tackled away from DeFabo. Does not go out of bounds. Then there's a hefty challenge that clears out of danger. It'll be a throw-in, and that's how the first half will come to an end. 3 unanswered goals for Peters Township. Tenari in the 27th, Masucci in the 30th, and an own goal in the 40th. 3-1, Peters Township leads at the halftime break. We'll take a break ourselves. We'll be back in a moment. For the first half recap, it's exclusive coverage of the 2020 WPIAL Boys Soccer Championships here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Plus, with an award-winning career services center right here on campus, I know I'll be supported, both as a student and after I graduate in whatever path I choose. Are you ready to move forward?
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me, on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practiced harder, why I play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo.
No hot water!
Don't get stuck during these trying times with no hot water. Mr. Water Heater is here as an essential business to serve you and your family's water heater needs. We have the best prices around. We follow all CDC recommended guidelines in order to keep you and your family safe. So give us a call today and we will do our very best to give you same-day service. Call Mr. Water Heater, 412-823-6000, or visit us on the website at mrwaterheater.com.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
A match of momentum through the first 40 minutes of play. Seneca Valley strikes first. Peters Township with 3 goals in the final 13 minutes of the first half to take a 3-1 lead, as the first goal there on a short corner flipped over the top, scored by Bo Lazeski, made it a 1-0 lead. But then set pieces coming the other way. The sweeper off the free kick. Tenari gets his head on it and heads it back where it came from for the equalizer. Just 3 minutes later, the big goal scorer, Andrew Masucci, in the middle. Not one, not two, 3 defenders he beats and drives it low into the back of the net for the go-ahead goal. And then the final one, another free kick into the box. Let's take another look, and it appears from first glance that it goes off of the head of a Seneca Valley defender. Yes, right there in front. Unfortunate own goal that we have to credit to Kyle Majeski for the 3rd goal of the match for Peters Township. Momentum, but set pieces, Alex. 3 of the 4 goals coming off of set pieces, and it was only a matter of time before Peters Township capitalized on all the free kick opportunities they were getting there late in the half. Not only once, but twice they put it in the net.
Yeah, and, one of my favorite coaches talked to us about the idea that when you've got 2 good teams playing each other, there are going to be phases. The game is going to work in phases. For one phase, you'll have the momentum. The next phase, the other team will have the momentum. And as the team that is down, in terms of momentum, even if you're not down in terms of the score line, your objective is to ride out that phase, to recognize it's temporary. It will end. They can't keep coming at us this intensely for that long. And as the team who, when it is your phase, when you're the one who, your team is really coming together and having chemistry and getting opportunities, it is so important to capitalize on those. And the first 20 minutes of this game, it was Seneca Valley's phase. It was all Seneca Valley all day. They were the ones who were getting the opportunities. They were the ones in possession, and they managed to capitalize, at one point in those 20 minutes. and then we saw it kind of shift back and forth a little bit, where it'd be Peters for a little while, it'd be Seneca Valley for a little while, and then the last 10 to 15 minutes of the first half, it was all Peters Township. It was Seneca Valley trying to weather the storm unsuccessfully, Peters Township capitalizing on their opportunities.
3 corners for Seneca Valley, all in the first 13 minutes, the third one leading to that goal for Bo Lazeski. But that's it. None the rest of that first half. And really, the final 25 minutes of the match, it felt like everything all of a sudden was slanted in the Peters Township offensive side of the field. And I think even more impressive is the fact that now we mentioned it with the Sun. That's going to go really against the team who's attacking from right to left. So that means that the Sun's going to be against Seneca Valley here in the second half. Could that play dividends now? You have a lead and you're going into probably the more favorable side of the field.
Yeah, certainly I would prefer to be playing with my back to the sun, especially if I'm down. But at the end of the day, you can't make any excuses if you're Seneca Valley. You're a good team. You know your game plan. It's all about making sure that you can execute. I'm sure Coach Williams is having a word with them at halftime, trying to reignite what they brought in the first 10 minutes of the match, because that really seemed to make Peters Township ineffective. It really knocked them off their game. And if you're Peters Township, you're sitting down with Coach Dyer and you're saying, okay, this is working. We've got to make sure that we keep this momentum. We've got to keep this intensity. We set the pace of the game. We set the physicality. We set the intensity. We got to keep it going the way that we have for the past 15 minutes.
A couple minutes away from second half kickoff. Let's take another quick break. We'll be back with the second half exclusive coverage of the 2020 Boys Soccer Championships, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Plus, with an award-winning career services center right here on campus, I know I'll be supported, both as a student and after I graduate in whatever path I choose. Are you ready to move forward?
A reminder that this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any use of this broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. Finals for WPIAL boys and girls soccer. 4 matches on Thursday, 4 matches today. Greensburg Central Catholic, the other match happening right now, they lead Winchester Thurston by a 3-1 scoreline in Class 1A boys. Right here, a 3-1 advantage for Peters Township as they get ready to start the second half. 40 minutes away from the end of this one. Will it be 2 championships in 3 years for Seneca Valley, or will it be the 9th all-time for Peters Township? 40 minutes to determine which one it will be. Opening kickoff, just driven down the length of the field again. Controlled by Seneca Valley, but stolen away just as quickly by Marmol. Quick shot, it's going to go through the uprights. Out for a goal kick. How about that for pressure right away for Peters Township?
It's a good start if you're Peters.
There's Masucci. Doesn't need a lot of room to get off a good-looking shot. Krumanacher drives this one across midfield.
He's got quite a leg.
I want to see next time he punts one away. I actually think he drops it off the ground like a drop kick before he...
He may have. I'm not...
Here's a sliding effort, and that's going to be a foul in a dangerous position at the edge of the box. It's going to be an early chance in the second half from a dangerous position. Free kick from about 20 yards out. Sliding tackle by Martik.
And Marquardt's taking it. Did he score off of a free kick in the last game?
He set up
no,
one.
No, it was...
but they're bringing Majeski in to take it.
Right, I was going to say it was Majeski who took it.
So he's going to take a free kick. This one a tougher angle, though.
Yeah, I mean,
the goal we saw.
This is a bit of a tight angle here. I don't know if you go to put it on goal.
He tries to. He can't get it to bend down over the wall, out for a goal kick. So first chance of the second half squandered maybe there from Seneca Valley. Goals for Tanari Masucci and an own goal in the final 13 minutes of the first half. Play on, says the official. This one dribbled into the box and will become smothered on the way out by Ligori. Kind of chipped through. Defenders all looking at each other. Keeper coming out and smothering it. Play to the near side, giving chase and running out of room. Out, last touched by Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley runs a 4-3-3. Do you see any change in a formation potentially occurring here, Alex, in the second half to try to get some more offensive pressure?
I think if we do, it'll be late in the game. I don't know.
Too early.
I hadn't noticed the change when they set up after the half. But I would think that, they'll stick with this system that tends to serve them so well unless they're still down with, 12 to 15 minutes left. We may see them switch a little bit, and certainly if there's 5 minutes left on the clock, they aren't going to be leaving 4 defenders back.
Masucci with another drive on that last play. He's gotten more room in the first 3 minutes of play in the second half than he had the entire first half. Nice chip over the top to the far sideline. That's Eastgate giving chase. He's dispossessed, but only as far back as Lazeski. He's going one-on-one and earns another foul and another free kick. Seneca Valley wants to take it quickly into the box. Driven in, popped up into the air, nodded up in the air again. Player down in the box, shot on the volley. He's going to go over the bar, out for a goal kick. But again, a couple of good chances for Seneca Valley in the early going.
Yeah, this has been some of the most even play, I think, between the two teams that we've seen all game. The past couple of minutes have just been, back and forth, and Seneca Valley has had more opportunities, but I don't think either team looks like they're playing poorly.
No shots on goal, though, for either team here in the opening stages of the second half. And a whistle. And we have a free kick coming out to Seneca Valley. I may have...
Offsides, I believe.
Chase Thomas will drive it back the length of the field. Schmidt trying to give chase and hound the defender. Still fighting for it on the far sideline. Going to be knocked out of play. Did it take a deflection on the way out? No, it did not. Peters Township with the throw. .45th minute of play, 80-minute match scheduled. Flick on there from Marmol at the midfield. Gets it up to Masucci. He chips one over the top. Thomas will chase it back and play it to the feet of the keeper, Krummenacher. Out of play on the far side. A chance for more bodies to fly forward for Peters Township. 2 of their 3 goals coming off of set pieces in that first half. So far, it's been 2 free kick opportunities, leading to 2 very good Seneca Valley chances in the second half, none finding their way into the net. Masucci corrals the throw in near the end line. Gonna have I believe there was a whistle.
Yeah, there was a whistle and a kick coming out.
Did not. You got better ears than I do, Al. So it was a sliding effort from Masucci on DeFabo to trip him up. Back on the near side, another 50-50 ball. Schmidt wins it, but not on the same page with his attacking counterpart, Majeski. Ends up being a turnover back to Peters. They try to work it through the midfield. Headsy play to get it up. Masucci, his flick takes a deflection. He had a runner going. He gets it back, though, nods it over to the right side for Holmes. Holmes will take a long shot, blocked away by Laval. Out of play for a throw. Half-diving header on that throw-in. DeFabo able to get it out of danger. Some space in front now for Seneca Valley. Good stop and switch for Eastgate, and a sliding effort even better coming back defensively. We've seen some great soccer here in the first 7 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, both sides are really just on form right now.
I believe that was Holmes again coming back and making the sliding stop. Throw-in coming for Seneca Valley. Connor Schmidt to throw it in. Gets it towards the edge of the box. Eastgate, his cross towards the penalty dot. Trying to flip it over the top is Laval, but stopped there by Sambuco.
Looking for options, not seeing a whole lot, not being given a whole lot.
Here's a cross towards the edge of the box, knotted down and out of danger by Woodward. Peters with possession, losing it, and then coming back with the foul from behind. Now maybe a chance for a long free kick chance at this end for Seneca Valley. Got the ball first, but went basically through the player to do so. So Chase Thomas to take this free kick, about 43 yards out. Driven in. And popped straight back up in the air by his own player. Thomas will regather, and we'll get another foul. And that's going to be a card.
You know, it wasn't as dangerous as it could have been. You know, to have Mardick come flying in like that could have been much more dangerous. You know, I think it's a good call by the official to issue the card, despite the fact that it didn't even cause the Seneca Valley player to have to go to the ground. Just because, you know, you get something like that, you collide wrong. He wasn't going for the ball. He was attempting to block the kick.
Here's a dangerous kick. It's going to be knotted back towards the top of the 6-yard box, but no one there except red jerseys. Chested out of play here by Seneca Valley as Picard was coming over for it. But another dangerous free kick opportunity. Seneca Valley has yet to be able to capitalize on one of them. Their only goal coming off of a short corner. Back in the 13th minute, that was the first goal of the match. But Peters with 3 unanswered. Good fight in the middle there. Majeski ends up winning it. Gets it to Lazeski. His long ball looking for Eastgate. He's going to be shouldered off of it. Goes out of play. Never touched on the way out. It'll be a goal kick coming. Another good defensive play by Joe Tenari to escort it out of play and earn his team a goal kick. Tell you what, Alex, the defensive play that we've seen from both these teams and the girls' match earlier, absolutely stellar.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, I know people complain about soccer being so low scoring, and because of that, it's unexciting. But if you've been around soccer enough and you've come to appreciate the game, the defense can be one of the most breathtaking aspects of it.
One of the defenders, Matthew Bacart, will take the long throw in here, and being dragged down to the ground on this play was number 19, Connor Schmidt.
I'd like to see the replay on that.
I think he got the jersey, I think is what the officials saw on the near sideline. Yeah, gets a jersey on
He
the
may have.
He
may have. It looked as though it may have been a bit of a setup by the Seneca Valley player to kind of lean backwards, and then as the player moved, be like, oh, he got me. But I think you're right. His hand is up there. He may have gotten the jersey.
In swinger, takes a deflection, it's in! There's a set-piece goal coming the other way. Believe Eastgate got the noggin on it off of Lazeski's cross. A 2-goal lead, the most dangerous in any sport. Just over a half an hour left to play. It's 3-2.
And here comes the kick. And that is a goal off of the back of his neck. I mean, I'm not sure how intentional he could have been with that, but it couldn't have worked out better. It provided just enough of a redirect for it to be outside the reach of the keeper.
Very similar to the goal that he scored in the quarterfinals against Butler. That one definitely took more of a deflection than the one he claimed he got the goal on. It hit my head, but it didn't change direction. That one certainly took pace off and changed direction into the back post. Team high 13 goals on the year. Cuts the lead back down to 1. And now you can feel the momentum swinging back over to Seneca Valley. A 2-goal lead, always dangerous, Alex. And now the Raiders feeling it, and still a half an hour to play to get that equalizer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Peters responds if they, get knocked off of their game at all, because it's been such great soccer for the past 10 minutes. And Seneca Valley making the most of that opportunity. We'll see if Peters continues with the level of play they've shown so far this half and manages to hold on to this 1-goal lead.
Lozeski with a goal and an assist. He takes that run down the far sideline. It goes out of bounds, but outside of the corner flag, so it'll be a throw-in basically from the corner. It's going to be Matthew Bacart coming up. Sam DeFabo, the typical long throw specialist, taking a breather at the moment. Bacart with a pretty good throw in as well. Goes towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Skying highward is to Larry to knock that one back out of play. Good job from Joe Tenari to do so. Grimm giving chase on the near side, but Seneca Valley able to clear it up to Kozakowski. He drives one towards the middle. Fake on the touch from Laval. Into the box. Slid on. Still fighting for it. Ball still loose and now corralled by Ligori.
Man, I don't know what kind of communication goes on with those Seneca Valley attackers or if it's all intuition and awareness, but the fact that they'll fake like they're going for it and then let the ball go through, or, I've seen on 2 occasions now where they've just completely dummied the ball for the player behind them, let it roll through their legs so that the player behind them can take the attack. That is so difficult to defend because it completely fakes out not just one defender, but the entire defensive unit so that they end up being out of position and allowing for a shot.
And on that one, it was Zach Laval, the number 2 goal scorer, leaving it for the number 1 goal scorer, Nathan Eastgate, who had the last score. So, pick your poison in terms of which one you're going to defend, even if they're not faking on who's going to receive the pass. This one headed out of play. Last touch by Seneca Valley. It'll be a Peters Township throw. And you'll see Aiden Martic will be the next to check back in after his 48th minute card. He spent his 5 minutes out, and throw-in coming on the far sideline already. They were trying to get the substitute in, but the official on the far sideline let them throw it. So Martic still waits. Now a throw-in coming on the near sideline. Martic will have to wait longer as it's a Seneca Valley throw. And now they'll pause play long enough. Clock still winding while we have officials. The officials are flipping their position here, Alex, in the double duel system. For those who don't follow soccer, the 3 officials basically rotate during various times of the match, whether they're on the sideline versus in the middle of the pitch.
Let's say for those who don't follow soccer in high school in Pennsylvania. That's not a traditional soccer thing, but it is the system that has been in place here for the past several years.
I believe it's still the NFHS advised, though many states have adopted what you typically see with the college and professional level, with a main official and the 2 flag officials on the sidelines.
I'm fairly certain that that's what we had when I was in high school in Pennsylvania.
There's talk about it going back to that system. Lazeski gets around the defender. He'll try to cross one to the back post. Headed on net, just over the bar. Another great cross from Lazeski. Eastgate couldn't get the head or the back of the net on this one. Seneca Valley, as we watch this replay, bringing on another line change. Just couldn't quite get on top of that one to head it back on net. But yeah, the WPIAL was actually petitioning, I believe it was last year, to be a pilot system for the state of using the traditional standard 1 official in the middle, 2 flag officials, but was denied that request. We'll see in future years. A lot of coaches have said that it becomes sometimes tough to deal with, knowing you have 3 different officials in the middle. Just the game could potentially be a little bit different in how it's officiated, but you have to adapt no matter what, whether it's in the middle of a match or going from one match to another. This throw-in taken by Peters Township. Too far forward. They'll make the player drop back. Meanwhile, time may be beginning to become an issue. 24 minutes remaining. It's the Class 4A Championship, the 1 seed and the 2 seed. Winner advances to the state tournament. We have a foul here called and a free kick coming out for Seneca Valley. It's the other thing that makes this match even more important. All these championships, only 1 team will be going to the state tournament. It's whoever wins here in the match today. Nice cut inside for Alexander Grimm, trying to start the counter. His pass through the middle. It's a little bit too heavy and will be corralled out of his box by Krummenacher.
Here's the punt.
He does. He drop kicks it.
Very effectively.
Absolutely blast that one over 50 yards in the air. Here's a chip over the top towards the far post, and now the other keeper coming out making a sliding stop. Derek Ligori corralling it before the strikers can make their way there. But look how quickly this can change, and Eastgate getting the ball over the top. Just out of reach, though, of Ben Marquardt. Austin Leak in the back line clears that one out. For Dominic Sambuga drives it skyward. It'll be headed out of play, though, by Peters Township for a throw-in.
Feels like we're in a bit of a lull right now for both teams.
Which team can make that next big deciding play? Can Seneca Valley find the equalizer? Nice sliding effort to get the ball first on that play from Woodward. Seneca Valley still with the ball. They cross it towards the penalty dot. Lots of space, but first player there is for Peters Township. Thomas comes up, and they're going to say it got the hand. Yep.
Great hustle by Thomas, though, to try to get there. Just took a bounce up into his arm.
Now, still plenty of sunshine, but the lights have now come on here at right field at North Allegheny.
Looks like we may have an injury on the Peters side.
Mason Lewis is going to check out. We saw freshman Blake Gablehart check in. I believe first time we've seen the freshman in the lineup here this afternoon, turning into early evening here at North Allegheny High School for the 4A Championship. Another whistle, and looks like a foul called against Seneca Valley. This is going to be a free kick in another dangerous area, just about 25 yards out.
Interesting. I didn't see what happened on that one at all.
The official on the far sideline spotted something, so it'll be a free kick, 4 or 5 players in the wall for Seneca Valley. And they're going to back up the Seneca Valley wall wisely. They were about 7 or 8 yards away. Actually, based on that march off, they're about 4 yards away. Shot driven in, and it's going to hit off the football crossbar. Luke Holmes couldn't bring it down quickly enough.
Yeah, you can tell he tried to put just the right amount of bend on that ball to get it to drop down, and it just didn't quite work. It didn't drop quickly enough.
Especially from that distance, Alex, about 24, 25 yards out. To get it up over a wall and to bend down that quickly takes a lot of spin, takes a lot of skill.
Professionally we call that bending it like Beckham.
Oh, I guess that one was bending it like Dotson. Not good enough. Nice header on here from Simpson. He gets into the box. He crosses it towards the penalty dot. First player there will be Jacob Bruno. He chips one up. It takes a deflection out for a corner kick.
Looks like they're calling a goal kick.
Oh, never mind. I thought he pointed to the corner flag. My apologies.
I was anticipating a corner. I mean, it looked as though, I don't know how it would have popped up like that if it hadn't made contact, but nobody on the field seems to be making any argument, so it's good with me.
It took a deflection, but it must have been deflected from the Peters touch first. Midway point of the second half. Seneca Valley trailed 3-1 at intermission. Just 20 minutes left now to find the equalizer. Second half goal scored by Nathan Eastgate in the 50th minute. Dom Sambuco will take another long throw down the sideline. Popped up into the air. Marsucci doing battle on the far side with Thomas. Stolen away nicely by DeFabo, but his pass to the middle is going to be intercepted. Well read by Holmes. He's got numbers. He's going to cross one to the middle. Good play in the middle. I believe that was DeFabo to knock it away. Going to go out for a throw. Sliding effort actually was Caden Oros in the box. Peters will get a throw in front of their own bench. Austin Leak heads it down. Simpson chips it over the top. Trying to chest it forward here is Luke Simpson. Goes back towards midfield, and Leak will boom it downfield again. Comes right back to him. Mason Baldwin fighting against a double team, and he's going to get thrown down. That was fine, I think, till the very end. You see the arm again extend from Zach Gallagher.
Yeah, we'll see on that replay. I'm not positive there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That may have been tactical.
Good sliding tackle here on this play as well from Luke Holmes. Again, defense stepping up in the right position. Seneca Valley into the attacking third, cleared out by Tenari. And going back to that last foul, Alex, again, I think that's a case where with all the momentum and the bodies flying, all of a sudden you just see an arm extend just because of momentum, and that's how physics works.
It didn't seem as though that would have made any sense for him to have even made contact that would have caused him to fall backwards. I think he just, he felt the contact early, and he was like, I'm going to go to the ground here and see what happens, see if I get the call from the official. In a case like that, if he doesn't get the call, no harm, no foul, literally. He can say, I just fell over. It's not like he took a dive in the box or, anything egregious.
Picard with the throw in towards the edge of the box. Knocked all the way out to midfield where Gallagher will track it down. He plays it off of a Seneca Valley defender. Just chipping away time here in this Class 4A Soccer Championship for the year 2020. Winner will advance to the state playoffs. They'll take on the champion of either District 6 or District 10. Still a little over a quarter hour to go to see who the representative will be out of the WPIAL. Another long booming punt by Krumanacher. He's almost out kicking his coverage. Chested down there by Bruno. Chip into the middle, and it's in the back of the net. We're tied. Lazeski again.
Perfectly weighted pass, perfectly timed run, and what a shot to tuck that in, left-footed into the back right corner of the net past the goalkeeper.
His second of the match. Bo Lazeski. On a team full of seniors, it's the sophomore with 2 goals and an assist, and we're tied up.
There's the pass, perfectly weighted, perfectly threaded through the defense. You've got the goalkeeper coming out, full tilt, going to the ground, and just the composure to be able to send it toward the side of the goal where it's the goalkeeper's legs rather than his hands protecting it.
Credit for Jacob Bruno on the assist on that cross. Perfectly weighted, perfectly placed right to the penalty dot, and just a split second too late was Ligori coming out of the net.
That's exactly what I mean when I say, watching this Seneca Valley team, there are no accidents. They are very intentional and very disciplined. And when they are able to execute the way they intend, that's the result.
2 players going down near midfield. It was Holmes tangling up with Lazeski, and they're going to say Lazeski with the foul. Free kick coming for Peters. This one towards the net, coming out and making a confident stop is Krummenacher.
Another great free kick there. Maybe if it had been about 3 or 4 yards shorter, it would have ended up in the mix rather than in the midst of the goalkeeper.
How about this? Lazeski trying to catch the defense napping on the kick, on the punt from the keeper. Knowing how far it can go, it bounces over everybody's head, but out of bounds, last touched by Lazeski.
Peters Township's defense is playing a dangerous game there. You want to shield the other player off the ball, but they are about 5 yards, 10 yards off the ball at that point, using their shoulder to keep the other player from making his run. The official says it's okay, but that's something to be careful of doing as a defender.
Now they're going to have a free kick coming out for Peters Township. It was a push on that throw-in. We're going to have plenty of highlights for this one no matter what. 3 goals apiece in a district championship soccer match. A lot of fun. This one headed back over the top and easily corralled by Krummenacher.
It's always especially fun when you've got teams that are so talented all around, all over the field. There aren't, 1 or 2 go-to players. People scoring goals coming off the bench, and it's been a fun match so far.
This ball goes flying into the Seneca Valley student section. And they're going to say last touch by the Raiders. It'll be a Peters Township throw-in coming out, but man, that sounded like a gunshot coming off of the foot of those 2 players.
You could see both players winding up as well, and I'm glad it didn't end in catastrophe. They both connected with the ball. Neither of them jarred their leg, but they both wound up and slammed that ball at the same time.
Trying to fight down the near sideline is Nathan Eastgate. He's able to maintain possession and works inbounds. That's going to call Eastgate for a foul. He can't believe it.
Yeah, that is a bit surprising there that they called Eastgate on that foul.
Yeah, a lot of contact. 20 minutes ago that might have been a play on, but it's gotten a little bit more aggressive out there. Does either one of these teams have something magical left in them? 12 and a half minutes to find the go-ahead goal. Peters led 3-1 at half. Gallagher tries to chop one into the box. Pinballed around 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the air. Boy, it finally lands at the feet of Machucci. He turns. His shot, though, couldn't get everything on it. Out for a goal kick.
With Machucci on the ball right there, just inside the 18, pivoting to try to volley that on frame. I was 80% sure that was going to be a goal. If it was on frame, a shot that quick, just back to goal, turning and volleying, is so hard to stop.
Masucci had the second goal for Peters Township tonight. 4 goals in 3 matches in the playoffs for the junior striker, as well as his heroics on the football field last night. Does he have more heroics in him? He's already got 2 game winners in these playoffs. Overlapping run, trying to go through the middle. Eastgate trying to do battle on the back line, but a great scrambling effort by the Peters Township defense to get a foot on it.
Yeah, the ball was just slightly underplayed behind the runner, and Peters was able to clean it up pretty well.
Aiden Martik back on the pitch after being out for the 5 minutes, serving his yellow card, was the last line of defense on that play. 11 minutes left, and there's a whistle and a foul coming out. This one called against Peters. Three goals apiece. And that's a tough luck foul on that one.
Yeah, I think his feet were sliding out from under him a little bit, and then he got a little help to the ground by the hand of the defender.
Yeah, this one
or the attacker.
This one a little bit more obvious as the Seneca Valley player got undercut. Quickly taken on the kick. It's knotted out of the back line by Teneri. Seneca Valley fighting for it on the near side with Kosakowski, the fenceman, all the way up in the attacking full. To Bicart back near midfield. Kosakowski coming back on the play, and a whistle and a foul. Gallagher is grabbing onto the jersey. Fans don't like it, but he basically had his arms wrapped up around the Seneca Valley player. Now here's another set piece. They've been crucial all match, and guess who's taking it? Bo Lazeski, 2 goals and an assist already. Left foot towards the back post. Got a foot to it, but maybe just a little bit too deep on that attempt, out for a goal kick. And everybody can pause and take their breath for a minute with under 10 minutes to play.
You know, that can't feel good. You know, you watch on this replay, he does a great job of getting to the ball there, back post, and then hits his toes off of the ridge. You know, there's only a couple inches of space there before you've got the tar and the blacktop from the track.
Connor Schmidt not afraid to sacrifice them bones out there on the pitch. Nifty move from Masucci. Dribbling in a phone booth, loses it, now gets the pass back. Sprints up to his striker position. This ball with some spin on it. DeFabo has to turn and clear it back towards midfield. Good step up there from Austin Marmol. He's been all over the place in the midfield for Peters Township here this afternoon. Good switch of the play to Holmes on the near side. He's got some space. Switches it back to the far side. Good step up defensively in the back line. Seneca Valley to clear it the length of the pitch. Chase Thomas made that last play on the far side. Back to Holmes. He's going to set it up again in the midfield. Deflected down. Kosakowski clears it skyward. And another whistle.
Offside. Came from an offside position. It looks like is the indication by the official.
So he played it while onside, but began when the ball was kicked past the last line of the defense. No whistle and stoppage in play. And I kind of like this, Alex. Not typical when you're bringing substitutes in that they stop the clock, but with subs coming from both sides to make sure everything is being seen properly, they have been stopping the clock here in the final 10 minutes of play.
It's nice from a consistency standpoint. From a coaching standpoint, it might be a little infuriating. You know, if you're looking to waste some time to run down the clock, particularly I'm thinking Peters toward the end of the first half there, you know, if they're trying to hold on to their lead, you know, you want to send people to the line, you know, maybe one at a time, get them onto the pitch and run down the clock a little bit in that way. You can't do that if they're stopping the clock every stoppage or every sub.
Another ball pinballing around near the top of the box. Takes a deflection. Masucci with the ball, and he puts it off the post! It's off the post, and then Corral coming back by Krummenacher.
Whew. And it looks like Marmol may have bumped heads with another player at some point there. He's been holding on to his head a little bit. He was hoping he would get a call, but then I think looked up and saw Masucci there with the opportunity and was like, oh, thank God they didn't call it.
Sam DeFabo, after it hit off the post, deflected off him, went straight up in the air and was corralled by Krummenacher. Mark that one down with just 8 minutes remaining. Off the post. Masucci almost with some more magic. He's got the ball again, going one-on-one with DeFabo. DeFabo able to knock it out of play. Throw incoming with 6:45 remaining. Sambuco is going to come up to take this long throw in. 6 or 7 Peters Township Indians players in the box. Long throw, headed out by Bacart. And a collective breath from everybody here at North Allegheny High School. Another pinball in the box and a whistle, and we're going to have a foul and a card.
He was quick there. He may have seen something we didn't see, but it seemed to me that was just a dangerous play. But it was a quick draw on the yellow card, so he must have seen something.
Coming off the pitch is Nick Andriano. A dangerous play. I mean, that could be something, too, that he already may have had a talking to for a dangerous play earlier in the match.
It may have been, yeah. It just surprised me that was, of all the fouls that we've seen, that was one that he reached for the pocket on.
So second booking of the second half. 6 minutes remaining. Free kick trickles just harmlessly out of play. .50-50 ball in the middle there, won by Holmes. Big contact there. Play on, says the official, granting advantage to Peters Township, and then now the whistle back as the advantage was squandered. Free kick coming for Peters.
Yeah, now you watch this here. That's a fair call right there.
Good advantage played initially. Try to maintain possession. Here's a short kick, flicked on in the box. Still in possession, Peters Township. Coming near side. Masucci going 1-on-2. Somehow gets it through on the back heel. Finds a teammate. Toneri to the box. Parried away by Krummenacher. Wow. A back heel between two defenders, Alex, and then the sweeper again. Toneri getting all the way up there.
Yeah, I mean, just excellent awareness right there, to be able to pull that off. And great awareness by the recipient of that pass to not go straight back to Masucci because he was then in an offside position. He was making a great run, but he was offside.
Foot race here on the near side between a couple players. Schmidt wins it. Gets around one defender, and it's going to be grabbed near the end line, and actually went out of play before anybody touched it. Ligori got his hands on it right at the edge of the line, but it traveled past touch for a goal kick. Yeah, Schmidt just a little bit too heavy on the touch. Good call there. Goal kick was won by Seneca Valley, coming in near side, going out of bounds. Did it touch Peters Township on the way out? No, it did not. Good hard contact between Martek and Lazeski, and again, enjoying the sportsmanship that we've been seeing throughout the course of this match as well. Hard contact and then helping each other up, knowing more battles to be had. There's a throw-in, and Cruz is going to get called for the foul. Hands on the back of Austin Marmol. 3:20 remaining in regulation. Peters Township has had a flair for the dramatic, Alex. They had a double overtime goal scored both in the quarters and in the semis, both of those coming in the last minute of double overtime. They also had a goal in the semis to tie it up with just 4 minutes remaining. Do they have more of that Peters magic in them? More of the Marsucci magic, as he scored all three of those goals.
Yeah, both of these teams have certainly made this quite a game.
Cross towards the top of the box. With it there is Frolic. Masucci drops it off to the top. Holmes at the shot. Corralled by Krummenacher.
Great job by Holmes to keep that shot low and driven, and great job by the keeper, Krummenacher, to make sure that he was in position to be able to catch that cleanly.
No chance at a rebound on that one. Ooh, two players with a hefty collision, two teammates, Bacart and Kosakowski. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, both popped right back up, but yeah.
Pass over the top, it gets over the defense, giving chase on the far side. Now cross to the middle, looking for Eastgate. It's over his head. Pruse coming into the box. He's able to get it, and it's going to be cleared out of danger for a corner kick as Holmes, nothing he could do but clear it out to the shot put area. First corner of the second half for Seneca Valley. Kyle Majeski to take it. '79th minute, Majeski with the corner, and it's headed towards the net. And apparently they were waiting for a whistle to start play.
You know, there may have been a whistle on the left sideline there.
They were pushing the Seneca Valley bench back.
Yeah, the Seneca Valley bench had shifted up outside of their assigned area, and I think the official wanted to push them back, and that word had not reached the far corner.
1-4-3, I think I heard, is what they want back on the clock. 1-4-0. 100 seconds remaining in regulation. Senior midfielder Kyle Majeski to take this out-swinging corner. There's the whistle. Clock starts, and it's going to curl over the end line. Behind the goal for a goal kick.
Looks like the same request is currently being made of the Peters bench. They're trying to rein in the amount of space each team is taking up.
I mean, it is interesting. They have the bench going down to the 30-yard line, but they want the players to be even further out from the goal areas. 1 minute left. Ball chipped out of play, last touched by Seneca Valley. Maybe one last chance for Peters Township on a run. There's a push in the back. It's going to be called against Nick McGee on the far side. Seneca Valley's going to try to push bodies forward. Down to 40 seconds remaining. Thomas will take it from near midfield as the clock winds down.
They want this to be the last opportunity here. They don't want Peters to have a chance to go back down the field at them.
Ball to the feet of Laval. Now Pruse will chase it back down to the back line. Skyward for Majeski. Chested in the box. Now pinballed, headed out by Sambuco towards the sideline. Will it stay inbounds? Yes, it will. And now trying to clear it, and a whistle, and it did apparently go out for a touch, and there will not be a throw. 80 minutes will not be enough. 2 second-half goals for Seneca Valley. We're tied at 3 at the end of regulation. Overtime coming on the other side of the 60-second timeout. It's WPIAL Boys Soccer Championship action only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Plus, with an award-winning career services center right here on campus, I know I'll be supported, both as a student and after I graduate in whatever path I choose. Are you ready to move forward?
Minutes not enough. We will head to overtime in the Class 4A Boys Soccer Championship. Seneca Valley and Peters Township tied at 3. Alongside Alex Dotson, I'm James Dotson. Justin LeBar, our producer. Chelsea Roundtree, Sydney Bauer. Glad to bring you free soccer Golden goal soccer coming here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Real quick, let's take a look at the scoring recap in the match so far. It was Bo Lazeski getting it on the board first off of the short corner. Beautiful play, letting the ball go, chipped in over the top, and headed in from the top of the 6-yard box. Lazeski made it 1-0, but then 3 straight goals for Peters Township. First one off a set piece, the sweeper coming up. Joe Tenari getting that first goal, and then Andrew Masucci doing what he does best, going 1-on-3 and driving it low into the back of the net for the lead. And this one, another set piece, less than a minute to go in the first half, and own goals that went off of the head of Kyle Majeski. It was a 3-1 lead at half, but Seneca Valley came out striking early. Here's another Lazeski cross. It goes off the back of the net of Nathan Eastgate. Cut the lead in half, and then Lazeski doing it again. Beautiful ball from Bruno into the middle of the pitch. Put into the back of the net, tied at 3. Those 2 goals for Seneca Valley coming just 4 minutes apart. But the last 26 minutes of play, scoreless on both sides, and now a golden goal scenario, Alex. And 10 minutes in the regular season, but 15-minute overtimes here in the playoffs to find that decisive goal. And the way balls have been going into the back of the net, wouldn't surprise me if we do see that golden goal here in the next 30 minutes.
I mean, it seems silly to say if you've reached a golden goal situation that it's anybody's game, but there are scenarios in which one team outplays the other, one team, misses a lot of opportunities they should have had. This is sincerely a 3-3 game, well earned by both sides. Both teams have had lots of opportunities. Both teams have had a fair amount of heartbreak. And there's really no predicting how this goes. Neither team has a clear edge right now. It'll just be which team comes out on form and is able to capitalize.
4 corner kicks for Seneca Valley, just 1 for Peters Township. 3 unanswered goals for the Indians to end the first half. Seneca Valley with the only 2 goals in the second half of play. Who's got the magic in them? That'll be the question, and the fact that you have Peters Township, who's already played in 2 double overtime matches, both of their matches going over 100 minutes long, and Seneca Valley having such a deep bench, you'd have to think, just based off that, maybe the endurance factor should be in favor of the Raiders.
Yeah, possibly, but we haven't seen much of a drop-off apart from, a few minutes at a time in the intensity of this Peters Township side. I'm not sure that they're any more tired right now than Seneca Valley is.
As the sun goes down here at right field, North Allegheny High School, what a way to cap off the 2020 WPIAL soccer season. Seneca Valley continuing, going left to right. They will get the first kick of the overtime period. Chase Thomas, one of the captains out there. It's going to be up front, though, waiting for the whistle. There is finally the tap back, taken by Laval, one of the other captains. A little control right away from the Seneca Valley squad. Work far sideline, drop it back for Jonathan Pruce. Another senior, 15 on this squad. Will one of them be the hero? Peters Township coming the other way. Shulek couldn't keep it inbounds. It goes out over the line for a throw-in. Does playing in a golden goal scenario already in this playoffs give any sort of psychological advantage, maybe, Alex?
Perhaps, knowing both teams know what's at stake. I don't even want to say that. I don't know that it does, James.
Fair enough. Long throw-in and a chance to show off the arm again of Sam DeFabo. Towards the edge of the box, in towards the 6-yard box. Volley swung on and missed by Lazeski. That would have been a sick attempt for the hat trick. Another one skied up in the air, and the keeper calls it off. Grabbed by Ligori.
Yeah, I think Eastgate realized he was offside. He didn't even compete for that ball coming back in.
Smart play by Nathan Eastgate, knowing he was in an offsides position. Here's a long cross, again towards the edge of the box, and just a little bit too heavy on the attempt from Kosakowski there. 15-minute overtime periods. This one goes out of play. Throw in coming for Peters Township. Marmol with the throw. It's Nathan Frolick who came in late for Peters Township. His pass work to the center. Marsucci dribbling in a phone booth, able to drop it back off for Marmol. Switches play far side for Holmes. Holmes shake and bake one-on-one. He drops it off to the far side now. Makes a run to the middle. His pass deflected on the way through. Still in possession for Peters Township before it's finally cleared out by Bacart. And Seneca Valley, actually nice play there by Eastgate to knock it off a defender and earn Seneca Valley a throw-in. Golden goal in effect. Gold medal on the line. Throw-in goes all the way back to be collected by Teneri. Controlled into midfield by Baldwin. Return pass, but great sliding effort. And now starting to break the other way is Peters Township. They have numbers if they hurry. Trying to work it to the outside, looking for the cross now. Back to the top of the box. Good step back defensively by Majeski to get a piece of it. And it's going to be corralled by the keeper, Krummenacher. Scary looking run there, though, from Peters Township. And it all began with Aiden Martick, who made the sliding effort and then went flying down the pitch. That's going to be
it's going to be a dangerous play right there.
High boot with the head flying in there. So it'll be a free kick coming. And 2 goals for each team have come off of set pieces. Chase Thomas will boot this one, try to put it into the box. Popped in the air, knocked back down. With possession, Lazeski. He tries to chop one over the top, a little bit too far. It'll go out of play for a throw-in for Peters Township. You hold your breath right now every time Bo Lazeski gets the ball at his feet. Headed down. Nice chip over the top from Mason Baldwin. Works it near side for Laval. Laval into the box, and he won't be able to keep it in play. It'll go out for a goal kick. Ushered out nicely by Teneri. Derek Ligori, keeper for Peters Township. Ryan Krummenacher, the goalie for Seneca Valley. Both really have played well. I know they've each allowed 3 goals, but just been spectacular goal-scoring ability on both sides here in this match.
Yeah, I really, it's hard to fault the defense for the score line in this game. There have just been some really incredible opportunities, particularly off of set pieces.
Both these teams know each other so well. A lot of them play against each other in youth ball and cup ball. Only one team will end up on top. Now we have a stoppage on the clock. A whistle from behind the play. And an official coming over and having a conversation with Zach Laval. I saw Laval look like he was talking. The reason I said about the players knowing each other so well, a lot of these players end up playing for other coaches or for various other teams in cup ball, and it looked like he was just having a chat with Peters Township coach, but maybe it was more than just a chat, which is why the official came in to have a talk.
Things definitely just got very heated pretty unexpectedly.
The clock winds. Ball knocked out of play, and a throw-in coming for Seneca Valley, but they're going to bring in a substitute on the far sideline. Maybe not a bad idea to let Zach Laval take a breather on the sideline for a minute. He checks out. Connor Schmidt, fellow senior forward, will check in. Picard with the long throw, looking for Schmidt. Headed away, out of play by Marmol. Picard will take another one right in front of the Peters Township bench. Good step in defensively by Sambuco. He loses it, though, to Preuss. Preuss on the pass to Baldwin. Cleared the length of the field. Touched by Masucci. Still fighting with the foul, but it's going to go out of play. Last touched by Seneca. Masucci with the quick throw and able to get it over to Marmol. He tries to switch the play to the far side for Holmes. Holmes pops it into the air, and it's going to be corralled there by Krumenacher. Krumenacher with his 5th save. There's
over the back there by Peters, and it'll be a free kick for Seneca.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive there for Teneri. Another free kick opportunity coming. Midway through the first overtime. Chipped in towards the 6-yard box. Headed towards the back post, and it's going to be saved by Derek Ligori.
Full extension by Ligori to keep that one out of the back of the net there.
Eastgate got his head to another free kick. And he directed it where he wanted it to go. Full extension is right, Alex. Big save for the senior. Punt out. There's a foul against Seneca Valley, so now a free kick coming. It'll be Dominic Sambuco who will take it. Headed away by Mason Baldwin. Goes towards the sideline, trying to juggle with the ball on the far side is Schulek. And it works to his advantage. Gets around a couple defenders and deflects it off of a Raiders defender for the throw-in. Nick McGee, sophomore striker, is going to check into the game.
It looked like some street ball there. Playing futsal.
Good minutes from Nathan Frolick, the freshman midfielder. He checks out. Ball headed to Jonathan Preuss. He clears it out towards midfield. Ball won there by Peters Township. Deflected back into their attacking third. Near the top of the box, now coming back near side. Looking for McGee, it goes right through Masucci. And then cleared harmlessly away. '90th minute of play. All cleared up the pitch, taken by Teneri in the back line.
A lot of noise coming from the stands right now. It's great to hear the fans so engaged.
We're glad we're able to have them here at all. Hefty challenge there, and Teneri got there first.
Oh.
Foul's going to be called against Eastgate.
All right. Let's take another look at that.
Oh, the sweeper will check up. They'll clear it down the field. Lazeski first player there, but ends up going right through him. Peters with possession. Now into the attacking third. Masucci with a chip over the top. Looking for Grimm. Grimm back to Masucci. Masucci in a phone booth looking for someone to work it to. Finally goes far side. Extra runner coming from the right back spot. Grimm gets it in the middle, deflected away, and now a chance to counter as the right back was out of position trying to make the offensive run. Good hustle back to deflect it out for a throw-in. Clock winding down in the first of two potential overtime periods. Sam DeFabo with the long throw-in. Gets headed out of play, and now a chance maybe for DeFabo to put one into the box. Actually, it's a throw-in taken straight to DeFabo. He'll kick it into the box instead. Right towards the edge of the 6, and it's going to be corralled there by Ligori off his line again for another big save here in the overtime period. Burkhart controls this one near midfield, comes near side for Simpson. Simpson goes around the defender. Into the box. Great sliding effort. Last line of defense does it again, Joe Teneri.
What an outstanding player. Watch this here. Yeah, great job stepping in, great timing. Great timing on that tackle.
Inside the box too, Alex, to avoid contact, avoid any potential of a penalty call. Nice flick on to give some room. Coming near side for Peters Township now. They get it to McGee. McGee, return pass, coming all the way across the pitch to get this ball. That's Schulich. Schulich splits the defense. Pass into the box. Looking for the runner. Finding it, and Grimm. Grimm, though, loses possession. Still with Peters Township, though. Sambuco tries to put one into the box. Headed out of the way by Thomas. Headed on again. And now cleared skyward by the Seneca Valley defense. Pruce stops the bleeding momentarily. Clears it out of danger. 2.5 to play in the first overtime. Seneca Valley able to clear this one over the top. Will it stay in bounds? It will not. It'll be a throw-in coming for Peters Township. Cart comes up to nod that one down, goes right back to Peters. Marsucha, nice touch, puts it down, left-footed shot just high. What a first touch from Marsucci, and then that shot did not miss by much over the top by junior Alexander Grimm.
And it's been looking a little bit like foosball in the middle of the field there, where it just goes back and forth and back and forth. But every once in a while, it breaks through to one side or the other.
Thought about a give and go. Instead, Lazeski switches the play to the far side. Eastgate a little bit too heavy on the touch. And it's still available. And it's in. No, it's on. A save on the back line.
Oh,
what a play.
Gosh, a kick save by the defender.
The goalkeeper comes out to the back line. It's over the top of the keeper. And Aiden Martic, the hero for the moment. Corner kick taken quickly. Players down in the box. Here's a volley, and it goes up over the bar with a minute left in overtime. Wow.
Oh, play of the game right there for Martic. Though it looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, and there's another player down right now. Man, he will be telling his children about that someday. Nearly on the goal line, kick save during overtime, golden goal overtime, less than a minute on the clock. Unbelievable.
Back to the action. Goal kick's going to go right back to Derek Ligori. Mark that one down, though. The save in the 95th minute. Not by the keeper, but by Aiden Martic. Time winding down. Peters Township maybe with one last offensive chance. Cleared the length of the pitch by Majeski. High bounce will be corralled there by Ligori, and he'll just take one last boot down the field, and this will be the end of the first overtime period. 95 minutes not enough. The defense stepping it up in overtime. 3-3. We'll have another quick break. Be back in a moment. It's the WPIAL Class 4A Boys Soccer Championship match, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
No hot water. No!
Okay, we get it. You have no hot water. But Mr. Water Heater is an essential business that is available 24 hours a day to meet all of your water heater repair needs. We have the best prices around. We follow all CDC recommended guidelines in order to keep you and your family safe. Call today and we will try our very best to get you same-day service. 412-823-6000 or visit us on the web at MrWaterHeater.com.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
3-3 as we get ready for overtime number 2. Alex, you get momentum from scoring goals. You may get more momentum from saving goals, especially with the season on the line. Here's that final play again. Over the top. A little chip. And Aiden Martic there to spin around, too.
It's even better than I realized. Looking at that in the replay, he was moving the opposite direction and had the reflexes when he saw the ball going behind him to completely change his momentum and kick his legs out to make that save.
That's one we'll be seeing again for sure, and he'll be putting on his huddle highlight reel. 15 minutes back on the clock. Second overtime about to get underway. Fans here at North Allegheny High School. Max capacity, I believe, is what we heard for today's 4A championship match. Now the student section's getting into it as well. This has been an absolutely incredible match. 3-1 Peters Township leads after 3 unanswered goals in the first half. But Seneca Valley with 2 goals 4 minutes apart in the second half. Couple of great chances, none better than that last one. The shot over the top, saved off of the goal line. Save made by the defender, Aiden Martic. Teams will now switch sides, 15 minutes back onto the clock. What a fun, exciting day that we've had here. Couldn't end this WPIAL soccer season any better. Team switch sides. Peters Township will get first possession of this second half. There's the whistle, and we are underway. Ball cleared all the way down, and we've seen this all match. Peters content just to give a throw-in coming out immediately.
You know, that one was better than their first one. That's pretty deep in Seneca Valley territory there. You have the potential to pin them in from that distance, although of course, when you have someone taking throw-ins who can throw it 40 yards.
Yeah, DeFabio's been pretty good at making that not mean quite as much. Teneri, he's had a good game with a goal and a bunch of good defensive plays. He cleared that one down the length of the pitch. This one flicked on by Seneca Valley coming near side. That's Laval. Laval back on the field, giving chase. Pass back from Sambuco to Ligori. Out to midfield. Grimm with possession. Good step in defensively from Baldwin to steal it away. Some tired legs out there now in the 97th minute of play.
You're definitely starting to see that here with these touches.
I think a cramp up here for Seneca Valley player behind the play. Grimm with possession up ahead. Loses it to Pruse. Pruse, a shot deflected, and now a whistle, and now they will, with Seneca Valley in possession, they will take a look at Laval. Laval getting to his feet. He'll make his way to the sideline. Coach Williams coming to check on him on his way off. Second overtime period. If we are still scoreless at the end of 110 total minutes, we will go 2 penalty kicks to decide this Class 4A Boys Soccer Championship. Luke Simpson is checked in to replace Laval. Now with the sun going down, it will start to cool down a bit too, Alex. That's where, especially at the end of over 100 minutes of play, cramps becoming even more of a possibility.
Another huge kick from the goalkeeper.
Seen that all night for Krummenacher. Gets it down to about the 30-yard mark almost every time. Slide tackle away here by Peters Township. Sambuco to knock it out of play. I think we're going to see the Fabo come up again. And the senior captain put one in the right position. Big launch. And it's going to go all the way to the keeper for Derek Ligori. Peters Township now looks to counter to the near side. It's 2 minutes into this overtime period. Slipping and falling is Chase Thomas on the near side. Still fighting with Masucci. Masucci finds help in Schulich. His cross headed down right to the feet of Masucci. Gets around the defender. Stops in the box once, twice. His cross takes a deflection and now cleared out of danger.
Whew. Extremely close opportunities there for Peters.
Sliding effort on the far sideline for Nathan Eastgate. It goes out of play, and Eastgate's down on the sideline. Looked like he took a tough spill as he tried to go back and make a sliding effort. And that one, again, looking like a cramp. So we talked about the fact that you have, as we first looked at the Masucci effort here, who got that foot on it right there in front was Bacart. We talked about the fact that Seneca Valley has not played in these long matches going into double overtime. They have what's appeared to be a deeper bench from everything that we've seen, though Peters Township has definitely gone deep here in this match today. Yet we've seen, it appears to be a couple of cramping issues on that Seneca Valley sideline.
Yeah, it's true. They have the opportunity to use more fresh legs, but even their fresh legs, you're still playing more minutes than you've typically seen.
Fighting through, but Peters Township gets to it first and clears it back out to midfield. Final score today will be 4-3. Will it be in regulation? Will it be in penalties? Which side will it be? There's a trip up and a foul called. Free kick going to be earned from about 40 yards out as Baldwin went down from the tackle issued by Holmes. Didn't get enough of the ball. It'll be a free kick from 39 yards out officially. Majeski puts it towards the back post, headed away by the Peters Township defense. Masucci tried to clear it the length of the field. He missed. Majeski back with the ball now. Looking for a runner, tries to flip one over the top, unable to do so, and it will go out of play for a throw-in. Masucci couldn't keep it in bounds.
Where's Mateo?
DeFabo to throw it in. Into the box. Bounced up into the air. Bicycle trying to go over the top on the through ball. It's going to deflect out of play. Who did it touch last? It touched Peters Township. Corner kick coming for Seneca Valley.
This could be very dangerous here. It's going to be an in-swinging corner.
Kyle Majeski will take it. .100th minute. Player coming, looking for the short. It's taken long towards the front post, and it's knocked away by both a defender and the keeper. Holding tight on that near post. It'll go out for a Seneca Valley throw. Thomas with control in the back line. Puts one up in the air towards the top of the box. Bouncing around, coming over the top was Terreri. Space on the side, cross in front of the 6-yard box, cleared away by Peters Township. Seneca Valley still with possession, but now not on the same page there. Ball will be cleared out to midfield.
Yeah,
and the counter, watch out. Peters with the run in from Schulek, and it's going to be snagged there by Krummenacher, and we can all take a breath.
I think a couple times we saw there with Seneca Valley just the tired legs. A little bit here at the end as well with Peters, but not making the runs that they would typically make and still attempting to do the same passing. You expect a player to be a certain place when you've played together that much, and I think that they're just tired at this point, not making those runs off the ball that they typically do.
Simpson and Pruce, who were not on the same page on that last one. This one tried to be flicked on by Schmidt, looking for Simpson. Simpson with the cross to the 6-yard box, space in front, body goes down, and the official says play on.
I don't even know that was a play on. Typically, play on motion is palm up. That guy looked like he was saying, "Forget about it." I'm not making that.
A good hustle play, really, to get in good position. Was there contact for sure? But I think Austin Marmol was able to get in front of the Seneca Valley player enough that the whistle stays in the pocket. Here's a long cross again, looking for Simpson. Headed away, but then second touch not there. And there's a kick, and actually looked like missed the ball and got to Neri.
That's the exact same thing that got a yellow card earlier, but it wasn't a high kick that time.
8 minutes remaining in the second overtime period. Peters Township with the flair for the dramatic so far in this 4A tournament. Chip over the top. Picard gets his head to it first. Another 50-50 ball. This one won by Seneca Valley. Cleared out and deflected right back on frame. Corralled there by Krummenacher.
Bit of a short kick there.
Yeah, short kick, and only traveled 50 yards instead of 60. Out of bounds. Signal, last touch by Peters Township. Whistle will have substitutes coming in on the near sideline. Nathan Froelich will check in. Anthony Schulich, who had a couple of great efforts here in these overtime periods, will check out. Throw in. Goes in and comes back out. That's going to say never made its way in, so they're going to allow Peters to throw it in all the way up in Seneca Valley territory. Job to head it back down towards midfield. Chipped in, nodded on for Peters. Good touch for Grimm. Nutmeg to the near side. Off the side foot, trying to find the open player on the near side and giving a great effort to chase it down was Nathan Froelich, but wasn't able to connect with Martik. Six minutes left. Looking for the golden goal. This one will deflect out off of Luke Simpson. Marsucci trying to back his way in. Forces another throw in coming for Peters Township. Aiden Martik with the throw in. Cross from Froelich. Doesn't find a target. Stolen possession of Peters Township. Froelich behind the defense, very behind the defense in an offsides position. Tough to tell just off frame, but you can see where the back line defense was. Froelich behind them. Into the 105th minute of play. 5 minutes remaining in regulation for both these teams in their WPIAL season. Laval tries to chip it over the top to himself. Bounces back to him, able to get a foot on it. Over the top, into the box. Bodies collide, still going for it. Chested down, and it's shot. It's in the net! Lazeski! Bit the Hattie! The golden goal for the gold medal and a hat trick! Bo Lazeski! Seneca Valley, 2 championships in the last 3 years.
Man, he picked up the team and carried them on his back once he got inside the 18 there. He wasn't taking no for an answer. He was scoring that goal.
Seneca Valley 4, Peters Township 3. Forget social distancing. The mob is on for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Let's take a look again. The chip over the top, Lazeski in contact. That chest right there to get it away from the keeper, then the extra second to put it into the back of the net. Let's take a quick break, catch our breaths, and we'll bring it back for the trophy ceremony in double overtime. Seneca Valley with the golden goal. 4-3, they're victorious. WPIAL 4A Championships only on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Plus, with an award-winning career services center right here on campus, I know I'll be supported, both as a student and after I graduate in whatever path I choose. Are you ready to move forward?
Back here at North Allegheny High School, what a wild and wonderful Class 4A championship we just witnessed. In double overtime, the 106th minute of play, Lazeski with the hat trick. Bo Lazeski, his 3rd goal of the match, the golden goal to get the gold medal for Seneca Valley, their 2nd WPIAL championship all time, their 2nd in the last 3 seasons. I'm James Dotson, Alex Dotson, alongside special thanks while we have a moment, Justin Labar, Chelsea Roundtree, and Sydney Bauer, and everybody involved here at the network. A wonderful day from North Allegheny High School as they go through the medal ceremony. Let's take a look at the scoring recap. Bo Lazeski's first goal coming in the 13th minute of play off the short corner, a chip over the top. Lazeski heads it in for the first goal, but then 3 straight by Peters Township. This one in the 27th minute, another header by Joseph Teneri equalized the game. Masucci then doing what he does best amongst 3 defenders, finds space, puts into the back of the net for the Peters Township lead. Then less than a minute to go in the first half, an own goal off of another free kick, bounces off the head of a Seneca Valley defender. It was 3-1 Peters at half. Then a free kick coming the other way. Lazeski, the only goal he didn't score, but he assisted on it as Eastgate puts it off his back and into the back of the net. Cut the lead in half. Lazeski tying it up just 4 minutes later in the 54th minute on another ball in traffic right at the penalty spot. That tied it up at 3. This is right at the end of the first overtime period. Again, look familiar, but the shot blocked away off the line by Aiden Martik. But then here's the golden goal, the extra touch for Bo Lazeski. Let it settle and put it in the back of the net, and the celebration begins for Seneca Valley. Wow. Alex, just some final thoughts as they go through the medal ceremony out there on the field. An absolutely incredible match between these 2 high-class teams, the 2-seed Seneca Valley over the 1-seed Peters Township here tonight.
I can't imagine a better title match, honestly. Just both teams were absolutely outstanding. You start with a 1-goal lead that turns into 3-1. We're back to 3-3. We go to overtime. I mean, this game had everything. Truly a lot of fun to watch. Very different sides, as far as style of play. but both class acts, both really excellent soccer teams. And, there are so many players. I was keeping notes as I was going of players I wanted to talk about and give a shout out to, and ultimately it basically ended up being the entire Peters team. And having seen Seneca Valley before, I already kind of knew who I was looking for and who some of the top players were. Just countless players on each team that have so many contributions both on the ball and off the ball, that made this such a fun game to watch today.
Well, Peters Township, not the senior-laden team like Seneca Valley, but do want to give a shout-out to the seniors, including Derek Ligori, the goaltender, who played in his final game at PT here this evening. Andre Goldsmith as well, Ethan Smelko, Luke Holmes, Dominic Sambuco, Matthew Griggs, Derek Nicely, and Zachary Gallagher, the seniors on that Peters Township
and
team.
I do want to take a moment specifically to shout out Holmes. I thought that he did an outstanding job today. He was breaking up the play from that defensive midfield position, preventing opportunities that otherwise could have been very dangerous, and he was the man behind the play at all times. He was the one who was making the pass to the person who had the assist. He was the guy who was always right there. He was always involved, but very peripherally. And so just a huge shout out to that senior.
15 seniors for Seneca Valley. It took 106 minutes, and it took a hat trick. But Seneca Valley will advance to the state tournament now as WPIAL champions. They will take on either the District 10 champion or the District 6 champion in Class 4A. That match will be a week from today, Saturday, November 14th. Make sure you stay tuned on our website, hssn.triblive.com, for all of those details. Special thanks again to everybody here at North Allegheny High School allowing us to get everything set up, and also for the video replays on the scoreboard coming from us here at the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Running the cameras all day, Chelsea Roundtree, Sydney Bauer, and our producer, Justin Labar. What an incredible season wrapping up championship weekend. George Williams with win number 302. Not too many more special than this. Here are your Quad A champions, Seneca Valley, as their captains will come out and accept the championship trophy. For the entire HSSN crew, alongside Alex Dotson, I'm James Dotson. Your final score one final time. In double overtime, Seneca Valley 4, Peters Township 3, and you only saw it here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.